Mindfulness, mindful leadership. Why are we here tonight? I was pondering around being mindful and mindfulness, and it's funny, it's a bit of a mouthful, shall we say, mindfulness, because people go, what does it mean? Well, that's what we're here to find out tonight, because there's any number of statements and any number of ideas and thoughts around this. But luckily, we now have an expert, a guru, in Michele Gennoe, in order to lead us through this. So let me start off by introducing Michele. As I say, I've known Michele for many, many years now, I think it is. But Michele is the author of Mindful Leadership. She runs the consultancy and the founder of On Purpose Consulting, and some of you here tonight, I think, have used the benefit of her services. She says that she's on a mission and has a passion for this subject, and certainly from my conversations with her, that's undoubtedly true. What she wants to see is people living meaningful and profitable lives. And she's been doing this and working with experiences for nearly 30 years now, even though she does look incredibly young. 34. She has postgraduate qualifications in international management, and she's a Master of Spiritual Science. She's in the areas, has worked with many people, some of you here tonight, in the areas of startup projects and in over 31 different industry sectors. So I think she's certainly got a broad range of experience. She's in a culmination of her extensive work is mindful leadership, and in areas of strategy, organisational change, planning and personal development. So can I ask you to put your hands together and welcome to the stage Michele Gennoe.
Well, what an honour. I feel truly honoured to be here in front of you all now, and I will try to keep the crying to a minimum. And we are here to celebrate the launch of my book and my passion, as Chris was explaining, around the area of working with leaders and helping them to be more mindful so that they can live purpose-filled and profitable lives. But I'll leave the book for you to read at your leisure, and I'll talk a little bit about myself, because I know different people here to varying degrees. And many of you may not even know that I was originally from Perth. And Perth was a very lovely place. And it was also the first time I think I felt quite as terrified as I do now, standing in front of an audience, where I actually stood up and was asking people to vote for myself in some student elections. And there was about 400 people, and it was an amazing experience to stand up and say, hello, vote for me, I'm Michele. And I also at that time had this funny little catchphrase called Go for Gennoe. And the image that I used was Garfield riding on Oddie. And you'll be happy to know I won the election. I was elected to the student politics.
So you have to understand.
And that is pretty much where my book starts as well, in reflecting on how over all of these years, in working from that beginning in the student offices, with people and with CEOs and boards of different organisations, and working with them through organisational change, which we all know is quite difficult to do and to do well. And in today's world where mindfulness is almost a catchphrase now, underneath all of that, when you start to look at it, it's actually still a lot about authenticity and connecting with who you are as a person. So to start that, I actually wanted this to be a little bit of an experiential thing for people as well. So if I can invite you to all close your eyes and just take a moment. This is probably one of the highlights of my life. So I'd like to, whilst I'm being really mindful of this moment, and as you have your eyes closed, just to take in a couple of deep breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. And as you're breathing in, You're bringing yourself present to this room and present to this moment. And in doing that, in taking those gentle breaths in and out, you're actually connecting authentically to yourself. You're being more mindful to the most precious part of you and honouring, just like you've honoured me by being here today, you're honouring yourself by connecting in. And as Chris mentioned, there'll be an opportunity later on to talk and to chat and to network, but I'm inviting you to do that in a very connected and very mindful way, and to keep that focus of there's only one life, you're living it. So as you're breathing in and breathing out now, keep that focus that for the rest of this opportunity of coming into communion, sharing together, for the birth of this wonderful book, that you also celebrate your life, your connection with who you are. So thank you very much, and if you'd like to open your eyes again. And that stillness, that is for me mindfulness. That is the hearts coming into communion with each other. That is where my heart says a great big thank you to all of you for coming today. There's specific people who I'll go through and thank later on in the proceedings. The book itself has been a labour of love and a labour of putting together different ideas from my very personal development side and my also corporate side into a very tangible 7-step framework. And as I say in the book, go be mindful. Thank you.